Welcome to the Change Exchange, where we're exploring ways to raise a financially savvy child. Now, whilst we all want financially savvy children, we also need to be very careful about how we talk to our children about money so that we don't instill fear in them. I realized this when my son, aged 6 at the time, burst into tears because he felt that we were poor and we were going to have to live out of a car. My husband was between jobs at the time and we were about to move from Johannesburg to Cape Town. It was a financially tight time and we had to cut back on luxuries, and this included extramurals at school. It also didn't help that the fact that I kept wandering around saying, we can't afford this, we don't have money for that, combined with selling our home in Johannesburg, had created this whole story in his head that we would be poor and have nowhere to live. So I sat down and explained how our family's finances work. I told him that even though Dad did not work for a few months, we had a pile of money saved up, and this money meant we were not poor. It also meant that one day Mom and Dad would be able to stop working when we got older. Then, using a wad of Monopoly money, I showed him how some money is used for day-to-day stuff, like paying for the house, food, clothes, petrol, and some nice things like treats or small gifts. Some is added to our pile of money for when we are older or we don't have a job. And some is then used for family holidays and presents and Christmas. So I said to him, when we don't have money for toys, I mean that this little pile for our everyday shopping has run out. I don't want to take money from the pile that we're using to save for important things. What I learned that day is to never tell your kids you don't have money. Rather say that you're putting money away for other things, and also get your own finances in order so that you can show your children that you're making provisions for the future. It will make them feel safer. If you can't afford to buy something that they want, encourage them to save up for it themselves. And don't be afraid to discuss money, budgeting and saving with your children.